What a finish. Chi-Town, stand up. Giddey had social media buzzing with one of the best finishes of the entire season. You see Kevin Herter saying it was the craziest game of his life. What a moment for the Bulls and for Giddey. And we are now joined by the man himself after that 47-foot buzzer beater to stun the Lakers and cap off a wild comeback win for the Red Hot Bulls. And Josh, we appreciate you making time for us today. And let's start with the game winner. How many times have you watched the replay of that half-court buzzer beater so far?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I've watched it a few times. Obviously, it was an exciting shot and moment, but yeah, I've seen a few different angles of it and all the different celebrations that went on after. So it was a fun moment. Obviously, I'm glad the shot went in, but there was a lot that led up to things before that shot to make that win possible.
Yeah. Take us through those final 12 seconds, before the steal, the shot. What were you seeing and what was running through your mind as those plays unfolded?
Yeah, well, we were down 5, obviously, with that side out of bounds with 12 seconds left, and we wanted to get the ball to Kobe. Obviously, I skipped it to Vucci, hit Pat in the corner for the 3, and then they tried to quickly inbound it. I got the steal, hit Kobe for a 3. Then we got back down. Reeves got the layup, and then with 3 seconds left, I got it into Pat quickly. He threw it back to me. I took one dribble and then had to let it fly. So, it felt good coming out of the hand. But as I said, that last shot that went in obviously won the game, but there was a lot of stuff that led up to it that we had to do right. And, with 12 seconds down 5, it's people are leaving the stands. It's a tough game to come back from, but guys stuck with it. And it was a great win in front of an unbelievable crowd last night.
You said if it felt good, when did you know it was going in?
I mean, when it left my hand, it felt like the ball was traveling in slow motion. I was walking, I was holding my follow through, and the closer it got to the rim, the better I felt about it. And obviously when it went in and the crowd erupted, it all started to feel real. So it felt good out the hand, but once I saw it go through the net, it was a pretty good feeling.
Hey, you talk about this feeling real. This is, Josh, this is the moment every kid dreams of. The 3, 2, 1, crowd goes wild. Like, how long have you been practicing for that shot?
Same as every other kid in the driveway, after school, before school, counting down in your head. And then when you miss the shot, you get the rebound, you restart the count. So, I've had those moments over and over in my head before. And to do it, in the NBA, as I said, in front of the crowd we had last night, it was a really special moment. And, that's something every kid dreams of, hitting a game winner. And to do it from center court, made that moment very special.
I mean, you're just 22, so this is good. This is going to be one of those plays that you're going to remember for a long time. Getting the steal from LeBron James. Has anyone surprising reached out since the shot? What's been the coolest text, call, or reaction you've gotten from the end of that game?
Well, I actually turned my phone off last night. It was obviously, I mean, as you could expect, it was pretty, I was getting a lot of text messages and things like that. So once I got the photo from our camera guy, I posted that on Instagram, and I shut it off for the night. So I've actually got a text today, and I'll see, and I'm sure I can give you a better answer later today. But yeah, it'll be cool to reply to everyone, to see the people that have texted and reached out. But as I said, special moments. So I tried to enjoy it with my teammates and my friends last night.
Did you sleep well? Were you able to turn your phone off? Were you able to get some sleep, or were you thinking about that shot over and over again?
It took me a little while to get to sleep. Yeah, I mean, I turned the phone off, but it took me a little while to get to sleep. But we got a game tomorrow, so I got to get some tonight and get ready for the next one.
Well, you not only hit the craziest buzzer beater so far in March, but you also had your 5th triple-double of the season. What is clicking for you in this new role with Chicago?
Yeah, starting to find my feet. I think it took a little bit of time. Earlier in the season, it was probably a slower start than I would have liked. And it took me a little bit of time to find my role and niche in this team. And once, obviously, the trade deadline happened and there was moving parts. And I think opportunity opened up for not just me, but everybody. And I've tried to take that as best I can and do what I can to help lead these guys to wins. And for me, it's always about, winning games and whatever I can do to help that is the main objective. And I think we've really started to click as a team these last, 6-8 weeks. And it's probably the right time of the year to get hot. So we're feeling good, obviously, but we need to keep this thing rolling. It's almost the end of the regular season. Then hopefully that carries over to the postseason.
Yeah, a month ago, people thought, you all were packing it in. Lastly, just one quick message that you feel like you all are trying to send to the fans and even maybe to the rest of the league right now.
Yeah, I think the Bulls are rolling. I think everyone's starting to see that now. We're probably playing our best basketball of the season. So we're showing that we can beat anybody. And when we have the crowd rocking like it was last night at the United Center, it's an unbelievable place to play. And it's a very tough place for teams to come into. So we've got to keep this thing going. And hopefully that's what we're going to do.
What a shot, what a moment, and what a highlight. Thank you so much, and good luck in the postseason, Josh.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
The Oklahoma City Thunder keep on rolling. It was their 61st win of the season, which is their most wins in a season since the franchise moved to OKC in 2008-2009. And they were taking on the Grizzlies last night. No John Morant, missing his 6th straight game, third quarter. SGA over the backboard. What a bucket.
Look at the arc on that thing.
Crazy. And then Vince Williams Jr. to Jaren Jackson Jr. Memphis up 2. Fourth quarter, game tied at 99. Lu Dort, high arching.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We couldn't even see the ball.
That is a moonshot.
And then ensuing Memphis possession, Jaren Jackson loose. Isaiah Joe finds Isaiah Hartenstein. A little Isaiah to Isaiah action for the flush. Then a minute later, Memphis turns it over, and then Lu Dort bounce to SGA. Nice pass from Lu Dort. SGA, 37 points, 6 assists. OKC went on to win 125-104. 14 hours after the Grizzlies lost to the Thunder. Breaking news. Today, the team has announced that they have parted ways with head coach Taylor Jenkins. Jenkins spent almost 6 years in Memphis and has the most wins in franchise history while at the helm. All right, Perk, you said you were not that surprised about the Grizzlies moving on from Jenkins. What's one thing that you saw this season that told you that it didn't work anymore?
Well, it was the new offense, right? And I get it. They had one of the best offense in the league this season. But it was a lot of standing around for John Morant, standing in the corners. I didn't see him involved in a lot of pick and rolls where he was able to get downhill. Last time I checked, that was the thing that actually made them relevant. That was the reason that 2-3 years ago we went down and did an all-access Memphis, because they have a young superstar in John Morant, and I thought this year he wasn't featured. If you look at his numbers this season are similar to a third option guy, Austin Reeves. That just doesn't cut the mustard.
Yeah, to explain what's going on here, the way that the Grizzlies front office wanted to play was to get away from the structure of offense without the same guy bringing the ball up the court every single time and running actions off him, in this case, John Morant. They didn't want to run dribble handoffs. They didn't want to run pick and rolls. They wanted 5 guys all moving and played very, very fast. They have this system that they installed this year, 3 before 3. They want... Within 3 seconds, they want the whole team up there to the other 3-point line. Super duper fast. But I'm not sure that Ja was in love with it. And the team sent a message today that they are doubling down on playing with this system. By going with Tomas Ezilo as the coach and removing Taylor Jenkins, who was maybe tugging them back more towards last year's system recently, they are doubling down and making it clear this is the way we want to play. So what does that mean for Ja the rest of this season and into the future? That's what the NBA is asking itself right now on the heels of this decision.
Yeah, Wendy, that's exactly right. There was an offensive philosophical tug of war, and this was not Taylor Jenkins' system. This was not Taylor Jenkins' coaching staff. Those were decisions made by the front office over the summer to bring in Asalo, to bring in Noah LaRoche, who's got his fingerprints all over this offense. They've gone from middle of the pack in terms of pick and roll in a pick and roll heavy league to dead last in terms of the numbers that they're running, and dead last by a significant margin. And to me, the next question is, okay, you are really fully committing to that style of play that doesn't really feature John Morant. Does it make sense to continue having this franchise and this roster built around Ja if that's the case?
Yeah, and Perk, I mean, is it good not to have the ball in Ja's hands every possession?
Well, here's a question that I'm going to toss out there to Tim and Wendy, Cass, is this. Well, if they're telling Ja that they're doubling down on this offense and Ja doesn't like this offense, then where do they go from here? Because isn't Ja eligible this summer for a contract extension?
Well, one thing that could happen here is that going to this system could help them finish very strong, and they could make a run in the playoffs. And, one of the things that people in the league were saying is that, Ezeulo could have gotten job interviews this offseason if maybe they're just making a move and staying ahead of the game, and maybe this will work. And that's why I'm fascinated to watch it. But if it doesn't, if they have a disappointing finish and they have a disappointing seed and a disappointing situation in the playoffs, then those are big decisions that you're talking about, Perk, and the league is going to be watching.
9 games left in the regular season as the Grizzlies making a major change here with our